trying to get that light right. I'm back. I'm going to start another one soon. It's really about congressmen, how to use your congressman. So that may be of interest to you. Gosh, all that lighting is so difficult to get right. See, that's not so bad there, but I don't want to stand this close. I'll have to shrink. Actually, that's not too bad, is it? Let's see. I guess people that want to put up with another one of me. But I'm really taping for some. Oh, so unexpected. Yes, Jenna. Actually, I'm going to talk about your congressman in a minute. As soon as we see if other people join us. Because, you know, it's funny that I love educating like this. And I hope to do this until I die, tell you the truth. But I figure I got maybe 20, 25 years maybe, yeah. Something like that, maybe not 25, well, maybe at least 20, maybe even 15 good ones. Who the hell knows? We're all guessing, but I appreciate every time, you know, I get a chance to do it. And that's the important thing. I mean, is to appreciate what you do in life and give. I mean, this is, I think, the way. Oh, I know somebody asked me earlier, the one I just did about where I get my question mark suits. I now get them in Vietnam, cheap as hell. And they used to silk screen them and send it to me. I mean, I've been wearing these 15 years now, so I have all different ways I've been doing this to get the suits. But now I go to Spoon Flower. That's like a 3D fabric printing place, and they're just wonderful. Yeah. And so I had this made, you know, I just sent a little design, and they print out the fabric, you know, it's like $50 or something like that, and I send it to Vietnam, and for another 150 or $200 or whatever, they make a suit, and I'm doing it again. Oh, let me show you the new suit I have. This is a swatch of the new fabric. See, I'm getting. So see, they go and they send you a sample. So this, I'm gonna have a whole suit made like this. So I just ordered it, and it's on its way to Vietnam. Oh, see, now that is good. See, why is that? See, I like, my face is tanner here. You know, it's washed out, all that washed out feeling. So I guess it's the blue that made that. But if I have blue, then I have to, well, I guess I have to wear blue. But anyway. What we got? Anybody coming? Anybody there? Anybody there? Anybody there? And is doing your video now. Tap to invite him to join your video as a guest, I guess. But I don't have time to answer. When I do these, I'm taping them really, and I'm using it. Also the tape. Also, actually part of a Udemy course I'm doing. So I got courses on Udemy. God, that is amazing how it just changes. So I got to get it steady. Let me turn off something here. Now we're going to start soon. That looks a little funky. Let me see how that looks. This may be better. Is that too dark on YouTube? You see me on YouTube? Anybody there on YouTube? Tell me if that's too dark. Actually, see, I point my glasses down because with the lights on, it sometimes reflects back, and you see reflections there. And I have an anti-glare. No, it's okay. Oh, thank you, Janet. Nice of you to say that. Thank you. Oh, this is pretty good. Let me try this. I've been waiting to register for a year monitoring, but wondering if I could, this slide, get it personal. Well, actually, the mentoring service, somebody asked me about my mentoring service. Actually, what's even better is my talk service. So, because that's not a big commitment, and you get me, and I give you the best I have for you, where you could get the free money and help you need. It's very reasonable, like $1 a minute, and 15-20 minutes we could solve every problem in the world. So that's lesco.com/talk. And then the other thing I think is very good is custom research report. So if you have a business you want to start, or you're wondering about the extra money you need to live on, or buy a house. See, what I'll do is a custom research report just for you, for where you live, and show you 100, 200, 300 places, for you to always have handy, for you to get money and help to do the project you want to do, or to buy and fix up a house, or be a real estate investor, or start a business, those kinds of things. And that's at lesco.com/research. And I think they're my new products, and I think they're really trying to get more personal like that, and be able to help you. So which service is that? It's really lesco.com/research. lesco.com/research. That's where I get you the custom report. And they're reasonable. I mean, I spend a day, 2 days, more sometimes, just doing that research for you, so you have the one single complete reference source for all the money that's ever available. I mean, you will have the mother of information on this topic, because I don't know, I feel I must be the best in the country on this. Nobody has studied as much or as many credentials as I do on it. I mean, I've written 100 books on it, and a couple New York Times bestsellers, and financial columnist for the New York Times on this subject. So, I mean, it's legit stuff I send you, or show you, and that's what I'm trying to do. Because, see, to me, it's the fat cats that use it. Everything our society has to offer for free, everybody with money is using the hell out of it because they could afford to do it. They would hire me, I would charge them thousands of dollars to find out about this stuff. And now I don't want to help them anymore. I want to help the average person realize what this country has to offer. So that's why I try to make this as reasonable, as cheap as possible. It's still a struggle trying to find out. Nobody buys reference books anymore. So I have to sell it in other ways to make sure that I'm doing something of value that people really want. And spending some money on it really proves to me that's a value. So that's important. Okay, let's get to the topic of the day. Lighting just goes on, I move, and it just gets a whole new light. Okay, now what I think is the most important single source of money and help from the government is, guess who? Your elected official. That's right, your congressman. How do you like that? Who would have thought, right? But they are, and that's what I'm trying to get people to realize. They know more about this stuff than anybody. Actually, they don't know about it, but they could find out. They're the people with power over the government. See, the government messes you over, that's who you go to. And see, they're the only people in the country who has a real motive to help you. Sure, I do. You're paying me money or whatever, to do it. But these people get a vote for you. This is how they stay in power. So if you have trouble getting money to do something, or you have a financial problem or whatever, if you call your congressman's office, see, they have people on their staff. That's all they do. That's all they do is help people like you who may or may not vote for them. Because if they get you the money, okay, if they show you where to get, $10,000 to fix up the roof of your house, or go to school, or anything. Actually, one here, I have it in my one of my video ebooks here. I show you how to have they have a form some of the congressmen have. And this is from a senator in New York, that she has a checklist. Here she fill out this form. Do you want money for affordable housing? Do you want money for broadband? Do you want money for exporting or anything like that? Do you want money for home heating and weatherization? You just have a checklist. What do you need money for? You just check it off. And they do the research. See, and what's neat about it, they're the people whose phones get answered better than you and I. See, the way the system works in Washington is that the government, the bureaucrats, have all this money to give out. Okay, so they have to make quota every year and give out the money. Okay, now you and I call on the front door, and there's a process, a procedure, or whatever, and you may understand it, you may not, and it's all in bureaucratese or whatever, or maybe they mess you over. But see, you think that your tax dollars pay that bureaucrat's salary, and that's true in theory, but it's not true in practice. See, who pays their salary is your congressman, your elected official. So that's why, because they vote on their budget. The elected official votes for every bureaucrat and decides how much money they're going to get next year. So that's why every bureaucrat, every agency has special phone numbers for the elected officials to call. See, you and I have to go in the front door and wait in line. The elected officials have a hotline that they call, and they could get things happen faster and fix problems and things like that. And most of their staff is doing that all the day. So you're not imposing on their lawmaking abilities when you call them up. No, they're dying to do that. Because see, if they solve a problem for you like that, they'll vote for you no matter what the hell you do. That's right. Or matter what the hell they do, right? If they, whatever shenanigans they're into, they keep getting reelected because they get this, favors that they've done for everybody. That's how the fat cats do it. They give them money, and then they hope to change the law so they can make more money. So that's why for fat cats in this country, it's better not to find customers, but to buy congressmen. That's a lot cheaper. And then they can have a law passed where they make more money. Now that's a different issue. But how do you use the current system? That's what I'm trying to do, is show people how to use that. And you could find out who your congressman is. Just go to your public library, whatever. Or actually, Common Cause has a website. You could commoncause.org. They have a website that you put in your zip code, and you find your elected officials for where you live. But your library also tell you, and you call them. Or you show up their office. Because they all have local offices. You don't have to go to Washington. That's overkill. I mean, if you're in town, okay. Actually, if you're in town, you call them because they could get you special passes to special events going on in Washington, like a tour of the White House, or some of them have like breakfast meetings with their constituents. I know a senator from Minnesota or whatever. If you're in town for breakfast, he comes in and talks to you at breakfast time. That's cool. So it's power you have in the system. And that's what you can do. And they could help. They know other fat cats in your community. So you're trying to change something in the community, you call them, and find out, hey, I'm trying to do something for the good of other people too, besides myself. And if you're trying to get a government contract, you call them, because if you get a government contract, you're going to hire more people. That's right. And so they want to do that. If you hire more people are happy in their constituent. If people are happy, they're going to vote for the current person again, right? People are not happy, throw the bums out, right? So that's how we react to all this stuff. So that's why people think that congressman, senator, and even your state elected officials, county elected officials, that's only for the fat cats. No, we live in a democracy where it's everybody. You have as much power over them as some fat cat. Well, that's stretching the point, but you got as many votes, unless they're buying a lot, as it. And that's where their power comes from. You voting for them, and that's why if they do a favor for you, you vote for them forever. But also remember, when the system gets stuck, you applied for a benefit and they said no. What are you going to do? Hire an attorney at $200 an hour? No, their attorneys are better. They fight that all the time. But your congressman will investigate. Right or wrong, they'll investigate. And that's what's power. So that's why you can get more money out of your elected official and you don't have to give them a penny. And I think that's the best deal. Yeah. This country has to offer is that you have access to that elected official to get things you never knew about and to make the correct problems that you can't solve yourself. Okay, so I think so. If you want I got about 5 or 6 things like this that I put together in a free report that you could download. And if you go to lesco.com/5free, lesco.com/5free, and you could get download that report there. And if you want me to do research for you, that's lesco.com/research, lesco.com/research. And I really have 3 basic reports. One is for anybody who wants to start a business or a nonprofit organization. I show you all the money programs for where you live. I got one for housing, buying a house, fixing up a house, or real estate investors. A lot for real estate investing. I'm finding more and more stuff that I'm adding to that every day. And these are all just for where you live. See, that's why it takes me a long time. It takes a week or 2 weeks for me to complete these reports for you. But I want to make sure that you have the direct sources for where you live to get this help. And the third one is for housing, fixing up a house, buying a house. Did I say that already? Maybe I did. But it's really for living expenses. So I show you 300 ways to get extra income to live on. Whether while you're starting your business, you're out of work, looking for a job, you need extra money to live on, you hate your job, you want to quit it and want to know, hey, where can I back up with living up? Free services or extra income on the side. I show you 300 sources. Again, where you live on that, or for starting a business, and that's available too. All the money and help that's available for you to start a business or expand a business. So that's all my stuff. Thanks for letting me do the commercial along with the free stuff, and I'll be back soon. And for about 20 years too. So.